somok kasi kong'eten sait agenge ak kebeberyat agoi sait 2 ak dakikoishek 10.
Atinye kamangunet ale ibaibai missing eng olda tugul ele imiten chitab kolenjin neitesetai isibi tetutik choton chebo Glory Wonders TV. Kakoitita en inguni sait agenge nebo koskoleng ak cheisibi ko logoiywekab emet choton chebo tarik 28 arawet noton netai nebo kenyitab 2025 nesomanwok logoiwechu ko Kipkirui Chewen. Kitaunen logoiwechu county noton nebo Kericho sub county nebo Bureti sugulitab muswoknotet noton nebo Bureti ole kakokonu kurset kanetindet neo nebo sugulitab muswoknotet noton nebo Bureti National Polytechnic eng serikali koger kole kaimuch kotuch choton kaimutik choton chetinyege ak atyaktaetab rabishek eng oret noton nebo kokochi kipsomaninik rabishek choton chebo sugulishek en tetutiet noton nenaat ko funding model eng kasarta noton nekayamge. Koboisien kasaraton cheruyot ko aror akobo kamuget noton nebo komut kipsomaninik sugulit noton kole tinye boroindo neyamat ak kole sugulit noton ko tesetai ak tesosek choton chebo kilasishek alak choton chebo konetisiet. Koboisien kora kasaraton cheruyot kolosu akobo katororet noton nebo sugulit noton nebo muswoknotet nebo The Bureti National Polytechnic ne kamwochi meng'ikab komosaton koker kole kaimuch kotach akobo sugulit noton akokilchige akobo tetutik alak choton cheikochini kipsomaninik kelchin en kasarta noton netesetai icheket kosomani ne kamwa kole makat akine eng kipsomaninik koker kole kaimuch kokilge amun kokokonuge serikali koker kole kaimuch kokochi alak eng boisionik neranik choton chekasomanen sugulishek choton chebo muswoknotet. Kinyoru principal noton nebo sugulit noton Sami Cheruyot.
We'll of course appeal to the government to be able to resolve the stalemates relating to the new funding model so that the students can quickly pick up the training and smoothly allow us to undertake the programs as expected. Current population is at 7,500. The institute or the polytechnic has the capacity to even around 10,000. As we speak here, we have some new projects which are coming up by way extension or expansion of workshops, extension and expansion of classrooms. That gives us the opportunity to even get to around 15,000 students or trainees at this point in time. Being a national polytechnic gives us a wider space in terms of the curriculum implementation. When I talk of curriculum implementation, it means the courses that we offer, quite a number of them, and some of them ranging from what we call recognition of prior learning, some of them we call them dual training, some of them are industry-led support system in terms of career development or curriculum development, and that is a whole spectrum which gives us also support from government.
Yegimangune county noton nebo Bureti anan county noton nebo Kericho komosta nebo Bureti ketokchinige county noton nebo Nairobi ole kakomwa minister nebo ICT nemoni William Kabogo kole angot kotogu komiten ole ng'oi biikab emoni kosubke ak tetutik choton chebo letaetab logoiywek en oret noton nebo letaetab logoiywek nebo kasari kebendi kekere. Kamwa inendet kole magat makat kosich biikab emoni kalyet nekale angot konyoru emoni amune nebo keker oratinwek choton chebo letaetab logoiwek chebo kasari cheboto Twitter, Facebook ak komoswek alak choton chebo letaetab logoiwek neboto TikTok kale kebendi kekere en kasaraton. Kamwa kole en inguni komamiten bongonutiet noton nekale angot kosich amune emoni nebo kokere en kamwa kole en emetab Rwanda kokimuch koityi emonoton ngoyondit kosubkei ak letaetab logoiwek en oret noton nemakararan nekale makibendi koyoni emoni amu oret neu noton kotokyigei emoni oret neu noton. Kinyoru ngalalet noton nebo minister nebo letaetab logoiwek nebo kasari noton ko William Kapogo.
We have said the first measure is to understand that we need to create a good environment within use of social media. And I said this the other day, and I said we are not planning to switch off anything. It's not in our minds. I made a caption on top of that and said the capacity is there. Of course the capacity is there in case we have situations of national security importance. For example, you know what happened to Rwanda when the radios were used for genocide purposes. If that happens, we'll switch them off. But we have no other situation where we have thought of doing. Why can't it be self-regulating? So that we have a discussion in Kenya and say, let's create a good environment within these platforms. So that even when your son or daughter is sitting next to you on a sofa, you will see that the things they are doing are responsible things. We have to discuss ourselves. And this is where I said, in the ministry, I will be opening portals for public engagement. Those who like insulting leaders, they will insult us for a few minutes and they will disappear. We'll be left with those who want to have a discourse with us. So the laws are there, you know, misuse of computer and cybercrime, it's there. If you are angered by anything that has been put there and you think it is part of a crime, report the crime. That's what we do. But I'll be moving cabinet to probably allow OB reporting online so that you don't have to go to the police station to report. That is in my mind. And if they agree, then we should be able to report these things online and action taken real time.
Yegistoenge logoiwechon iton ketokyinige county noton nebo Busia komosta noton nebo Funyula ole kaimuch koimak tetutik chebo tekset nebo korik choton chemiten ngweny olyet eng tetutiet noton nebo serikali noton nebo affordable housing kosubkei ak nekotou kongelelchi boisiet kiboitinik choton chekaboisien en komosta noton nekitekyin korik choton. Kamwa kiboitinik choton kole anan karirtaen kiboitinik choton tekse en korik choton chito nekikikochi kandaras nebo teksetab korik choton en mwaet kole mamache kolipan icheket melekwekwak choton chekikomuch koboisien. Kinyoru ng'alaletab bichoton en komosta nebo Bunyula Busia.
Na ufaguzi waangalia, hata sisi pia tunataka kazi. Hao watu tumekuja hapo karibu miezi mitatu hatupati kazi. This project here affordable housing, it was supposed to create employment opportunity of the people from Samia, and unfortunately you will get that most of us are educated but hata kupata hapa kazi inakuwa ni ngumu. Ukikuja hapa people are sourced from outside Samia na watu hiyo hawaangalii.
Mshahara ni duni. Hii project yenye imeletwa Funyula hii imefanya watu wote wa community ya hii Funyula wamekuwa maskini. Kwa sababu gani? Madeni yote ya huko mama chakula mama nini mama kila mahali ni madeni.
Uongezwe pesa mainta, mtu umesoma umekuja ground unapata unalipwa 175. Hiyo ishafanyika wapi? Kama rais anasikia 175 haitusaidii. Kama hii ndo affordable yenye alitaka kutusaidia nayo, atoe hapa bana.
Hoteli hapa. Na mimi ndo napikia jamaa chakula. Hao jamaa tangu mwezi wa 10 wanahepa na madeni yangu. Nikiwauliza wanasema wamekatwa pesa yao ni kidogo.
Mimi ni mkazi wa Alema. Mimi uchungu yenye niko nayo bwana Rais. Mimi nafanyia kazi 300 shillings only. Kutoka asubuhi. Hakuna mambo na shaa bwana. Tafadhali tunaomba serikali tusaidie. Yaani tunaumia na tunaona watu nyumbani tafadhali.
Tumezusia hii tufanye kazi mpaka waangalie ishe yenye tunahitaji hii concern.
I want to urge our area MP to act on this. We want to be employed here. We are learned. We have papers and all that we want is just employment. You know, kusema that we are all Kenyans. We know we are all Kenyans, but this project is for Samians.
Mangunen logoiywechon tanen komosta noton nebo Bunyula county nebo Busia ketokchinige county noton nebo Nakuru komosta nebo Olchorai Kilkil Nakuru ole kababonwekab oret kapchi cheitito 10,000 kobunu kokwotinwek cheitito 9 en county en komosta noton nebo Olchorai Kilkil county nebo Nakuru komoche serikali kogochi icheket kartasisiek choton chebo namunetab imbarenik en komoswek choton nekamwa chechang en chekangalal ak sirikab logoiwek kole kiimuch komeng'is icheket en komosta noton nebo Olchorai en kenyisiek 40 en nguni ako matinye icheket baronok choton chebo namunetab imbarenik en komosaton ne kakomach serikali kochutyi Nakuru.
Hapa tuko na kwa shule, ukienda shule ya Olchorai Secondary iko na watoto 1000. Saa hii Olchorai Primary School iko na watoto 1000. Hiyo kwani serikali ya Kenya itapeleka hiyo watoto 2000 wapi? Hakuna. Jambo lingine, hiyo mwaka 40 tumejenga mashule, tumejenga madamu ndo hiyo na mtaenda kupiga picha, tukajenga makanisa, makuti kama nyumba, vipande watu wamepata hapa. Wamama wako walichukua birth certificate ya watoto tukiwa wapi? Hapa.
Niingia hapa 1976. Kwa NDC. Nimekaa hapa, watoto wameoa, wasichana wameolewa na NDC iliniwacha hapa. Tukaungana na hawa yote ni masquatters hizi. Hawa yote wanaona masquatters. Tuliwachwa na NDC hapa tukaonyeshwa mahali ya kuishi. So mimi nasema wale vitisho tunatishwa hapa tutaondoka tutaenda wapi? Hata njia Meru saa hii mimi siwezi jua.
Tunaambia tuhame na sisi tutaenda wapi? Juzi tukakuwa na maelewano ambao tumepeleka petition kwenye bunge la kitaifa. Mheshimiwa Martha Wangare alipeleka na ikapokelewa. Seneta ikapokelewa. So hii shida inatokea wapi wananchi? Sisi hatulali. Tuko kabila sote katika Olchorai hii. Na sisi hatuna shida na hatujapigana na mtu na sisi tunakaa na usalama. Hii watu wote. Kwa hivyo
mahali kwa kiwanja tunaita ya soa nzuri. Mahali tulihakikishiwa shamba tutaipata. Mabrokers hao wanatafuta kutuuza. Unajua sisi tumekuwa daraja ya mabrokers wa Olchorai. Sisi tunataka bwana president utukuje utuhakikishie vile utuambie 2017 utatupatia hii shamba.
Lakini sasa sisi tumeishi zaidi ya miaka 40 na tunashindwa nini kinachoendelea. So sisi tunataka kusema hivi. Mabroka wenye mmezoea maneno ya bwerere, tafadhalini mandugu zanguni. Kama muko mahali muko, mwache kukoroga sisi. Kwa sababu ni nyinyi ndio mnatuletea shida yote. Kwa sababu mnakimbia huko, mara mnasema kuna nafasi hapa, mara mnasema sijui nini. Tafadhali mabroka wenye mnafanya hiyo tabia. Sisi tunataka kueleza nyinyi ni mtulie.
Yekistoenge logoiwechoniton kong'eten county noton nebo Nakuru ketokchinige logoiyot age elemwoe logoiwek kole tete kibagengeit netegeli akobo arorutik choton chebo komonut anan Data Protection Commission kolumda ofisisiek en nganaset noton nebo Eldoret en koret agenge nebo keker kele kakimuch kerib logoiwek choton chebo komonut chebo chi. Kongololi eng tuyonoton komwa commissioner nebo commission inoton kiguren data commission Immaculate Kasait kole kamanutiet nebo kerib anan ribetab logoiywekab kamanut ko asi kiistoenge kaimutik cheimuch kobitu eng chi. Kamwa ofisayandanoton bo anan kamwa ofisayat no nebo kibagengeitab sirikab logoiywek David Omoyo kole magaten sirikab logoiywek kotepto misto nemie en kasarta neisuldoen logoiywek chebo kamanut chebo chi. Kinyoru logoiywechoton kong'eten nganaset nebo Eldoret en Uasin Gishu County.
Our work is to make sure that data controllers adhere to those principles at any given time. And when they don't adhere to them, the members of the public are free to file complaints to our office. And as an office, we undertake investigation, we undertake audits, we undertake inspection. And once we find anyone culpable, we then go ahead and either fine or give a penalty notice.
We have jointly developed guidelines for media and use of data and AI. They were published last week for public participation. Because then when you have that privilege, you need to set general guidelines on how you're going to receive and process the personal data that you interact with on a day-to-day basis. Because failure to have those guidelines internally, or guidelines sector-specific, now media-specific guidelines, you expose yourself, because then if we have a complaint that a certain media house has misused my private data or information or has disclosed what they shouldn't have done, then media gets exposed. So the purpose for doing those sector-specific guidelines, and I urge you in the media and the
Jonathan Getakinige logoyotage age en county noton nebo Homa Bay ko kagoyat Homa Bay kagoyat ofisayat agenge en nganaset noton nebo Homa Bay ak biik choton che kaimuch konyoru konyoiset kobunu miondo ne naat ko endometriosis sipitalit en nganaset noton nebo Homa Bay. Ne kiguren Ngangioa Health Center clinic noton komwoe logoiwek kole kakomuch koigu agenge eng sipitalisiek choton che kakoibu kamang'unet en ichek tugul chebune kaimutik chetinyegei ak sigisiet en county noton bo Homa Bay. Kosubkei ak noton ko kailosu sub county medical officer Samuel Oyuga kagobo yautyo noton nekale machang biik che tinyegei ak kaimutik choton chebo sigisiet en county noton nebo Homa Bay akolosu agobo chichoton kaimuch kosuldaen yatet nebo klinik netinyegei ak tililindo noton netinyegei ak kapsigisio. Kitokyinigei county nebo Homa Bay asikenyoru ng'alalanoton.
We really wanted to hear from the public sectors and the government, the plans or maybe how the future may look like for the survivors of endometriosis and adenomyosis, or rather the chronic conditions in reproductive health.
To help us reduce incidences and prevalences of diseases like rheumatology, gynecological diseases that we have within the sub-county, because we don't have experts. We have very few experts, but usually we call them from outside. We call them from other facilities outside Beta to come and help us, and that is once a week. Like in Beta Hospital, we only have one clinic once a week that can come and help us family issues.
We are happy that we have coordinated well to bring this team of medical consultants from the UK just to help one in proper diagnosis of the tropical medicine that we possibly may not be having the consultants to help in diagnosis at our various levels of hospital in the sub-county, but also that we give proper prescription, and we have also launched an SRHC clinic for follow-ups, particularly on sexual reproductive diseases that are largely a menace in this.
Yegistoenge logoyondononiton bunu county noton nebo Homa Bay getokyinigei logoyotege nemwoe logoiwek kole kakotyakta serikali rabisiek koitita sugulisiek choton chebo boror eng emoni. Kongololi minister nebo somanet en emoni Dr. Julius Migos Ogamba komwa kole rabishek choton ititoi bilionin. Kamwa inendet kole tetutik choton chebo somanet kotesetai kou nekikakipangan ni kole lipanetab rabishek ni kole pendi kokere kole kakiyokto anan kakistoenge koimutik choton cheityini tetutik choton chebo somanet eng emoni.
14 billion is going to secondary schools. They are receiving this money as we speak, so there is no point to make those threats or even close those schools. And as we've indicated to them, in this country we have challenges. What we all need to understand is the government is ready, willing and able to handle those challenges, and we are aware of those challenges. So when there's some delay, the threatening of sending the students back home doesn't help, because it is the government that are supposed to release those resources. So we are working very hard to ensure that the resources are released on time, and the issues arose this time because they were the government under National Treasury was paying the debts and all that. But last term, we were able to release all the disbursements before the schools opened. There are challenges in the model, and we have admitted that there were challenges. Because of those challenges, we introduced a committee in September, a presidential committee that was appointed by the president to look into the model, look at where there are challenges and have it aligned so that the cobwebs are removed to ensure that the model now is fit for purpose and whatever challenges are there have been removed. That particular committee has done a draft interim report. They are about to complete the report, after which we will marry those changes or those issues into the model so that the next cohort, when they come out or when we utilize that particular model, it will be a model now that is fit for purpose. So the government is doing everything to adjust and ensure that we have enough teachers to be able to take the JSS students through their curricula. They are not at 100%. We are not at 100%. We are not at optimum, but the teachers that we have are able to take those students through.
Eng logoyono noniton bunu cabinet secretary noton nebo somanet en emoni kokakiwongu logoiwekab emet chebo inguni testai yepchi ketesiet noton nebo Glory Wonders TV nekasomonwok logoiwechu ko Kipkirui Abiud Chewen neketuitosi kokeny eng sait tanyin sait somok eng logoiwek alak eng koindo. Bye bye.
You are watching